What is a red flag? Most people would say warning, a sign that something is wrong, a behavior that tells you to leave. And that's not completely wrong, it's just incomplete. By the end of this video, you'll know how to identify the flags that may have already been waving in your face. No one is here to help you. Okay, so a red flag is evidence that harm, danger, or a serious violation has already been established. It may threaten your safety, your consent, your dignity, your freedom, your financial security. Or maybe one of those core values you cannot remain aligned with this behavior continuing. Okay? Red is not, I did not like that. Red is not, they communicated differently than I would have. Red is not, they made one mistake and now I know exactly who they are. Red means the evidence has reached a level where protection is not curiosity. It's a priority. That's what red is, okay? So we'll tell people, oh, that's a red flag, but we're still staying with them because it wasn't red. That's not your standard. You see, red flags are the only flags people are taught to look for. So we create lists. 10 red flags in a relationships. 20 signs they are cheating. 5 signs they are a narcissist. 7 signs your friend secretly hates you. You've seen it all on social media. And most of the flags we're searching for didn't even come from our own experience. We inherited it. From the betrayal story our friend told us. From the terror we watched somebody survive on television. From the relationship coach explaining the worst case scenario to us. From maybe a viral clip or the news. So now we enter relationships searching for a crime we heard someone we know went through. We are preparing for the betrayal somebody else experienced. And while we are searching for that one familiar red flag, we may miss what actually is happening in front of us. The other flags that are waving. Some of the flags you've memorized or retained and are watching out for are not even standards you personally practice. You say inconsistency is a red flag, but you keep accepting it. You say dishonesty is a deal breaker, but you keep negotiating with it. We say disrespect means we're leaving, but then disrespect arrives wearing an apology. A childhood trauma, stress, chemistry, potential, maybe a face that we love. Suddenly, the standard becomes flexible. Because it's easy to identify a red flag when it belongs to someone else's story. It becomes harder when responding to it may cost you something you wanted. And then there are some of you who are not even looking for the person in front of them. You're looking for the person from your past. You were cheated on before, so now every delay feels like deception. You were abandoned before, so now every request for space feels like rejection. You were controlled before, so now every disagreement feels like domination. You became focused on finding that old red flag that you stopped noticing the new colors being issued, being raised. Because they didn't violate any of the specific reds, but for some reason, it felt like they did. And now you're confused. And this is why you cannot only look for red. There are flags up all over the place. And they are not all red. When you're only searching for one color, you become colorblind to everything else. This is why you don't know how to answer, you ain't see the red flags? No. Not at first. Because the first flag may have been unclear. Then it became yellow. Then it deepened into orange. And through repetition, escalation, impact, avoidance, and a lack of repair, those developing colors eventually created the red shade everybody could finally see. Red is often the final conclusion, but it was not always the first piece of evidence. Unclear says, I noticed something, but I need more information, so I'll ask. Yellow says, I have enough information to pay attention, but not enough evidence for a final conclusion, so I'll slow it down and observe. Orange says the concern has repeated, escalated, or continued after being addressed, so I'll decide and enforce. Red says harm, danger, or a serious violation has been established, so I will protect myself. Unclear, yellow, and orange are not meaningless because they are not red. They are developing information. The color deepens through repetition, escalation, impact, avoidance, defensiveness, broken agreements, and a lack of consistent repair. That is exactly why I created the free "What color is this flag?" flags clarity check. You bring one real situation, not the easiest one, the situation you keep replaying because you still don't know what it means. The worksheet helps you separate what happened from what you assumed. It helps you identify what you felt, and it also helps you examine how the behavior was addressed, how to check it, whether the evidence supports unclear yellow, orange, or red flags. Then it helps you choose the response, depending on what color you're seeing. Do I ask? Do I observe? Is this the moment for a decision? Or should I protect myself? You can download it free at noonesaidthat.com. On YouTube, use the link in the description or in the pinned comment. On TikTok and Instagram, use the link in my bio. This video helps you understand the colors. The worksheet helps you apply them to your situation. Tell me in the comments which color you're currently dealing with. You don't need to explain the whole situation if it touches too deeply. You can write unclear, yellow, orange, or red, or you can go into detail. That's nice.